Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make some patchwork pockets. It's an old Scrapbuster challenge, and I've seen a few different people do it, so I thought it looked pretty interesting. So I thought I'd take a little from each one and make them my own. It's almost like you would think, of a patchwork. So all you need is scraps, and you don't have to measure anything. It's just a bunch of stuff thrown together to make little pockets. And then I got some tags and stuff to put in. We're going to decorate them. So this one here I'd say is probably about 6.5 inches wide and probably 6 3/4 tall. But you can make them small, you can make them short, skinny, however you want to make them. So I kind of have just little tiny folds in them. I wanted to make for sure that they were wide enough. So all you do, and some of them used double-sided paper, some of them used single-sided paper. Now I only have single-sided paper, of course, but if you don't want the white to show in the background, you can either ink your paper, or you could take a piece and just slip down inside where you would only have like a little bit of the background showing. Completely up to you. Or if you have double-sided paper, you can do that also. So all you want to do is fold your papers in. They don't have to be folded in real far because you want to be able to see your patchwork. So we're going to do this to start with. And you want to try to get them about the same width. And I'm going to do three different pockets. One is going to just be the straight square edges. I'm going to do one that's torn, and I'm going to do one with my pinking shears so you can see how each one is done. Now, a couple of them I seen did like a really short bottom, and one of them I seen come up a little taller. And this can be used as a pocket. I don't know if I have this straight. And I don't really know if the paper's cut straight either. It was just kind of a square that I had left. So if it's not completely straight, well, we won't mind too much. If I mess with it too much, then it'll be way out of whack. So I'm not going to make my bottom short. I'm going to make them a little taller for my pocket, because then you'll be able to slide extra little tags down in there. Let me see, I should have my bone folder here. Let me grab my bone folder. Okay, I'll just use my little one. So you just want to crease down your sides. And we're going to fold this back out, and where we have the creases at, like here and here, we're going to cut these out. And you want to just cut up straight from the bottom. And then on the side, just do a little angle. I don't think I have that cut straight. So we'll do that, and then on the other side we want to cut straight up from the bottom also. Even though we're supposed to be cutting them straight, well, can't say I'm doing a real good job of that. And then we're just going to cut this in at an angle. And we'll fold them up and see what it looks like. Let me just cut this one a little tiny bit. There. Now that looks good, and this is the way your center is going to look. Now, if you're going to ink, you're going to want to ink now. I'm just going to ink a little bit just to cover up my white edges. Yeah, these edges are going to show. So how's everyone doing today? Now, of course, on this one, I couldn't do my inking beforehand. But it doesn't take that long to ink a little tiny bit. I'm not gonna, you can ink all of this if you want. I don't think that was my plans. But however you want to do it. Okay. Now, before we can glue this, we have to figure out how we want our little pieces. Now, you only need them wide enough to go inside here. And some of them will have to be torn. You can decide how you want your colors. They don't have to precisely match your background. So we'll just tear this off. You can make patchworks that really match good, or you don't have to. Now, even though I'm cutting, these are going to be straight, I'm going to have my edges torn for the top. Because I think that makes it look pretty good. And then I think I'll just tear it about like yay. Put that in here. Now our bottom is going to come up some, so these don't have to be clear down to the bottom. You just have to have it up high enough that it's going to cover the bottom of your paper. And you can put, if you can put 3 strips, or you can put 4 strips. It's however you want. You don't have to go clear to the top. So I'm going to open this back up. Lay this down here. And these don't have to be even under here either, because you're not going to see them. And I think I probably want to take about so much off of this one. If you find that it doesn't go up as high as you want it, just tear another piece and put in there, or cut another piece. You don't have to tear them. Now I can put the pink in the center, raise this up a little bit. And I can have this down a little lower. It's however you think you want your pieces. And that's going to come up plenty high enough. And that can be raised up a little bit more. So once you get them where you think they look good, I have to tear this one off just a little bit. Now wait a minute. Let me ink these first. I just want to ink the tops of them. Don't want to forget what I'm doing. You don't have to ink the sides or the bottom because you're not going to see them. And they can be raggedy and they can be jaggedy, and it just doesn't matter. It's to your preference. Okay. Now let's try this again. All right. So that's about all the higher I can go with that one. And then I'm going to stick this one in there. And then I'm going to stick this one in there. And I think I want them to come up about that high. And that's what it'll look like, only this has to go on the outside now. That's how it'll look. And then we'll close our pocket up over it. So now what we're going to do is just hold this in place the way that you want them. And they can be straight across, they can be a little angled. It's just however you want it. It's just patchwork fun. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down this side. And of course, okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue down this side. Just don't want to go out onto your other edge. We're going to fold that over. And then we'll put a little glue on this side. And there. And up there. Fold that over. Now if you're real good at knowing where you're going, you can add your glue to this edge as you're doing it. Just to glue this edge down. Or you can just go back and re-glue it. Just don't let any of your glue seep out over the sides there. And we'll just make sure that that's all open. Yes, it is. And we're going to fold this up. Now, isn't that cute? I think it's cute. Now, so we have our pocket on the bottom. We're only going to glue our two sides. Back when I was making quilts, patchwork quilts were my favorite. I used to love to make patchwork quilts. Okay. And then we're just going to take some stuff here. Let me move this out of the way. Move my garbage out of the way. I'm going to take some scraps, and I thought along the bottom of this we could just add a little book page. And maybe put a little birdie. And we have to remember we're going to have a pocket here, so we can't let our bird get in the way of our pocket. And if we're really careful, the bird won't get in the way. Now we'll see if we want that one. This one is a little tiny bit shorter, I think. Or do we want that one? I actually think I like the brighter one better. And he could just sit off to the side. You can sit kind of on the corner, but we just can't glue this little corner down. Love coming up with new ideas for different kinds of pockets and tags and stuff. And when I find different ideas, I like to share them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Years ago when I crafted, I watched a lot of crafting videos, but can't say junk journaling was any of them videos. So I'm going to just hold that there so I don't glue his head down. So I've found a lot of different things that I really like to do. I have to hold that up for a minute so he doesn't glue my pocket shut. Got a little more glue up there than I should have. I'll just put a little tiny bit right there. I like learning new things. Can't say all of the stuff that I see I like, but there's a lot of it that I really like. Okay, so that's our first pocket. Now I just pulled out some stuff to stick in there. This could be a journaling card, and it's not the whole length of the pocket, but this can be a journaling card, just a little tag of sorts. And we can stick this in our little pocket, stick this down here in this side of our little pocket. So there we go. And then on your tags, if you're making tags to stay in your pockets, you know, you can put the little toppers on them, and it really looks nice with the little toppers on. So you can have this as a floating pocket, and you can glue your 3 sides down, have more room back here, or a side tuck, glue 2 sides and you have a tuck. Or you can just stick it in a pocket. So that's the first one. All right, so let's see. We're gonna move on to the second one. I think we'll do this one. So let me see, this one is about 7 inches by, it's almost a 7-inch square. So this would be a pretty good size pocket. See if I think I got them about straight. I don't think so. And if you do fold them in too far on one side or the other, it's not going to matter, because especially if you glue them in, nobody's going to see that extra crease. So you just play with it till you see how you like it. And then your bottom pocket can be folded up however far. If you think this is too long, you can cut some of your bottom pocket off. Let me see how it measures to this one. A little bit longer. I actually think I would like to cut a little bit of this bottom off, because I think that's too long. So I'm just going to leave them folded. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. I don't want it to be too big. I think that looks better. All right, now what I want to do on this one is I want to cut my edges, and I just want to cut it with my pinking shears. Well, you know what? I don't have to unfold the top. Maybe I should though, huh? I'll just whack it right off. Sometimes I like to do it that way. Just whack it off. And I think I want to cut these that way also. It'll just give it a little bit different look. And they don't have to be perfectly folded. If one side is a little bit narrower than the other side, doesn't matter. It's just however you like it. So there. And that gives that a whole different look. So we're just going to go ahead, and I'm just inking everything in brown today. You can ink them in whatever colors that you like. Sometimes I say I'm a lazy crafter because I don't want to do all of the extras. I have to remember to cut my angles in here. So we're just going to cut up to there. Cut this at a little bit of an angle. Cut up to there. All the way up to there. And a little bit of an angle. And that looks wonderful. Like I say, if you don't like to ink, you don't have to ink anything. Okay. Now, let me see. I think I'm going to do these papers with this one. And I want them to go up and down. See, in the design, it's not really going straight. They're kind of going cockeyed. I'm going to tear this one for the top because I like that blue. And then, just to start with, I'll tear it off about here. And I'll tear some of this off here. Let's see how I want it. I think I'll put the green in the center. Then the two orange ones won't be together. Let's see how high I have to go with this one. See, and I can have this one angled a little bit to bring these back straight, but it makes this part go up higher. And I like the way that looks. Let me just put a little line to say I have to have that there and that there. And if I move it, so put that like that. Some of these papers are really, really very old. Very, very old. I've had them for a long time. So we can move these over a little bit into the center more. Okay, now I'll just go ahead and ink these real quick. These would be great for a mass make, and absolutely a Scrapbuster. And if you don't have squares that are wide enough, well, then all you have to do is cut some paper. And if you have a paper that is not big enough to fold even a small bottom up, you can still do that. Say you was going to make this piece, but well, I can't fold this up because it's not long enough. All you have to do is get a piece of paper that's a little bit wider, fold it in half, and you would just fold it right around your bottom. And that's all you have to do if you don't have a piece that's long enough to fold up. All right, so I have my pieces matched up here. Make sure they fold over and fold down. And see, when I cut this, it's not real straight, and I don't care anything about that. I like the way it looks. It's supposed to be pieced. And I think I'll just go ahead and run some glue up here, and hopefully it doesn't go down and seal my pocket shut. And we're going to turn it around, do the same thing. Just run it there and there and there. Come over here and put some along that edge. No. Perfect. Now we can glue our pockets up on the side. I think these are cute as patchwork. Very good, very good. Okay, now I think on this one I have I want to do the other one on this one because I like this little flower. So I'm just going to have this little flower on here and put a little piece of paper underneath it. And then I'm going to have a little word on it. The little word says dream. Just ink this up a little bit. I'm not going to ink too much of this flower. I don't think it needs it, and I already have this inked because this was left over from a different project. So let's see, I want the flower there, and I want this over here. So I'll just put it in the center. Hope everyone's enjoying the video. Hope I'm giving you ideas for new pockets. This even has number 38 on it down here. It came out of a book. So it was page 38. And we're going to have some of this flower sticking up also. So we don't want to glue it down. So we'll see how that is. We don't want to glue our pocket shut. Okay, so I have to put some over here. Grab some there and there. Okay. And there again, if you don't like that white, you can cover it up. Dream. Okay. So I just have these little tags put in my pocket down here. This stuff is all just stuff I grabbed out that I had. And these little tags here, put them right down in there. And if I knew I was going to keep them in there, I would have toppers on them. So there's that one, and we have one more to go. Now this one, I'm just going to tear all of my edges before I even do anything. I could have already done that, and I probably should have, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not always the fastest paper tearer there is, so I just went ahead and inked it also. So I'm just going to fold our sides over. Not real sure how this bottom's going to turn out, but we'll see. We'll see if we have to tear any more off. Now this one I think is open a little bit wider than the other ones. I might bring this side in just a little bit. And we'll tear that off. Now on any of the corners, if you want them rounded, you can use your paper rounder, corner rounder I should say, or just cut around it if you don't have a corner rounder. Okay, let's see. And let me just put a little bit in here. I'm not going to go down because I don't want to do that, but we'll just put a little on the edge here. And that just gives it a little extra something. So now we'll cut our, make sure which line I'm supposed to cut on here. Just cut our little squares out. Okay, I have to cut some more off of that. See how that is. That's better. All right, now I have ink on my fingers. Now let's see. Let me tear some of this off. And that's plenty wide enough. Some people can tear this stuff and it tears nice and straight. I don't have that. Mine tears every which way and all jaggedy. All right, let's see how this one is. So we'll put that one there. I want this one in the center. Guess it goes this way. Thought these little roses was cute. Sorry, I think I was holding it down too low. I'll tear this down here, make sure I have enough. Tear a little bit of this off. Still think I can tear a little bit more off so it's not binding. I have a mess over here at the side. Okay, and then this striped material, I think it's just cute. I like it. like the bright green. And I think that looks good like that, because that's kind of aimed up towards that. So that will look good. So we're in the home stretch here. Hope you're sticking by till the end. Appreciate everyone that stays till the end. Just helps my viewing time for my channel. Let's see. I think I had this one on the bottom. And then this one. And then we have this one. Just move this over a little. Yes, I like that. Okay, and that'll fold up fine. So we're going to go ahead, put some glue on here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Put some glue on here. And then turn it around, glue the other side. So what do you think? Think you might like to make some of these pockets? I think it's fun. It's like you don't have to sit and think about it. And another thing that I just discovered is, because these aren't glued, you have extra little tuck spaces here. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? Yes, I like that. Extra tuck space. Well, look at that. I didn't notice that until these come apart, because these aren't glued down through here, so they'll go all the way down to the bottom of your pocket. I like that. Okay. I like it when you learn something new. All right, now on the bottom of this, I'm just going to tear this off. And I liked some of this writing down here, but I also like this number 2. So I just want to tear this side a little bit. And then tear underneath that number 2. It wasn't a real long piece of paper, so. But I'm going to put that on there. And put my little butterfly over here on the end. Don't want his wing to glue the pocket shut. So let me see something here just a second. In all my mess, I have just a little green gem right there. So we're going to put that little gem right on that butterfly. I like gems on butterflies. And there we go. Okay. Okay, so let me put my pin back in here. We'll put our little tags in here. And then I have this guest check. And I have this tag, this journaling tag. Front and back journaling. And then, if you wanted to take a couple more tags, stick down in there, how cute is that? All right, everyone. So, that's our video for today. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe. So, let me know what you think down in the comments. And I'd like everyone to have a wonderful day and come back and see me again next time. Happy crafting. Bye for now.